What's good people? Jeff Light the Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victor Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about Coach Prime's potentially Coach Prime of Jackson State's newest five-star recruit. This is all potential, all speculation, but we will know very soon, right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What's good people? My name is Jeff Light Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victor Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe on your way in as we upload videos every single day. Now, there has been so much buzz around this Jackson State 2022 recruiting class because of Travis Hunter, of course. Travis Hunter, the big fish. He's the #1 player in the country. He's going to an HBCU, not just an HBCU. He's going to play for Deion Sanders. And all the talk has been because Coach Prime has kept the pedal to the metal. He keeps continuing to saying, if you think Travis is all we got, you are highly mistaken. And everybody's like, yo, who is the next five-star to go to Jackson State? Now, Shamar Stewart is a five-star from Florida. You know, Coach Prime loves his Florida boys, and we've talked about him on this channel before, that a lot of people speculated that would be the next guy. He is, you know, all the experts think he's going to Texas A&M, but Shamar Stewart put up a tweet talking about, yo, when you're ready to sign on early signing day, and then Deion Sanders gives you a call. So there's a lot of Shamar Stewart interest. He's a 6'4", 6'5" defensive end out of Florida, five-star, tough, really tough kid. But now there is a new name that a lot of people believe has a lot of buzz. There's a lot of JSU buzz hovering around this name, and the kid's name is Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins is a young man from Texas. He is the #1 linebacker in the entire country out of Cy Park, Texas. I think it's how you sell it. CY Park, Texas. And he is going to commit at the Under Armour All-American game on January 2nd. So happy New Year to all you all, and potentially very happy New Year for you Jackson State fans. And this is big because Harold Perkins, once again, is a five-star. Now, I'm going to show you this picture. Now, you can make of it what you want, but it is a picture that was shared by an ESPN reporter with a conversation that he had with Harold Perkins. And look who Harold Perkins happens to be next to. Who is that young man? That young man on your left, or if you're looking at the screen on your left, that is Travis Hunter. On your right, that is Harold Perkins. So it looks like Travis Hunter, the #1 recruit in the entire country, the #1 recruit in the entire country. Let me say that one more time. The #1 recruit in the entire country, who was already headed and signed to Jackson State, is hanging out with his buddy, Harold Perkins. Now, it's just a picture. Obviously, it is just a picture. It absolutely positively means nothing. It's just a picture. They were both being interviewed at the same time by an ESPN reporter, this man over here on the left, and it could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. It could mean these two young men are bonding. It could mean these two young men are friends. It could mean these two young men get along. These are the two pictures of these two, and it looks like they're having a jolly old time. It looks like they're having a jolly old time. Now, once again, it's just a picture. It doesn't mean anything. But think about where the picture's taking place. It's taking place at the Under Armour All-American game. As I told you guys before on this channel, Coach Prime Deion Sanders was a coach for this game for 10 years. Plus, it could have been longer than 10 years. He was a coach in this game for a very long time. As you all know, Coach Prime has a deep affinity, as a deep, long-running, great relationship with who? Under Armour. That's why he was a coach of this game. He has a big-time deal with Under Armour. Jackson State is now sponsored by who? Under Armour. The president of Under Armour has been to Jackson State and has personally fitted the Jackson State football team. And it just so happens that Jackson State's #1 recruit in the country is at the Under Armour All-American game, hanging out with another five-star who has a lot of Jackson State rumblings. Now, once again, I'm not saying that this is anything. This is honestly just a picture. But there is some more evidence that I'm going to show you that could eventually lead this young man to Jackson State. Now, first, let me show you guys Mr. Harold Perkins, 247 scout, like his recruiting profile. This young man is a beast. 6'2.5", 210 pounds. He's the number 5 player in the country, the number 1 linebacker, the best player in the state of Texas. Now, you guys know I'm really big into football. I'm really big into recruiting. I talk about recruiting all the time. Texas, I talk about the main states. For a long, long time, the main states were Florida, Texas, California. Now you got Georgia in the mix, and Louisiana per capita is pretty nasty. But Texas, Florida, and California are the three juggernauts. This young man is the number 1 player in the state of Texas. That doesn't come easy. There's a lot of great players in the state of Texas. It's a huge state, and it's a football state. Like, they take their football very, very seriously at the state of Texas, in the state of Texas. Now, of course, a lot of the scouts have this young man, or a lot of the recruited guys or whoever, 3 predictions, all 3 have him going to Texas A&M, which Texas A&M does have the number 1 recruiting class in the entire country. So that's not a surprise. The young man's from Texas. Texas A&M has the number 1 recruiting class, and that just makes sense. It just makes sense for him to go to Texas. And he is announcing his commitment. He is on commitment watch. He is going to announce it at the game January 2nd. So January 2nd, the day of the Under Armour All-American game, that's why they're down there practicing, that's why they're hanging out together, is January 2nd. So that is a day to keep in mind. But this is why, so you may be asking, yo, Jeff, if the recruiting guys think he's going to Texas A&M already has the number 1 recruiting class. He's from the state of Texas. Why are we even talking about Jackson State? You just going off a picture? That's stupid. You're right. That is pretty stupid. So that's why I wouldn't just go off a picture. That's because I love you guys. I'm going to show you guys more evidence of why I believe this young man could end up at Jackson State. Now, once again, it's not a guarantee. It is not a guarantee. It's far from a guarantee. And honestly, the chances are a slim, if we're just being honest. We just got to keep it a bean. Can we keep it 100? I tried my best all the time to keep it 100. The chances are actually very, very slim, just like they were slim in getting Travis Hunter. But I'm saying there's a chance, just like Kari Thompson told us before Travis announced. When I asked him, he said, I'm leaving the door open. I'm leaving the door open on Harold Perkins, even after he makes his commitment on January 2nd. I'm still leaving the door, even if he doesn't pick Jackson State, I'm still leaving the door open even after that, and I'll tell you why. So first, this is the first reason why I want to leave the door open. I'm going to show you guys something that is very, very interesting. So this right here, what we're about to look at, this is what 247 is like the best recruiting site. This is what they call their football prospects, guys that Jackson State are targeting. As we see Travis Hunter down there. They don't really include a bunch of JUCO guys. They mainly keep this page for high school prospects. Now, we know Jackson State does the 40-40-20, which means they get 40% of the recruits from grad transfers, which typically means 1 year and they're done. 40% from the transfer portal, and those guys can have between 2 years and 4 years, and then 20% from high school. So a lot of kids aren't going to be on here that end up going to Jackson State. So we see some kids. What does that say? It says scout look, Harold Perkins and Shamar Stewart. Now, you may be asking, why would a school like Jackson State, why would 247, this big old recruiting site that covers thousands of kids across the country, why would they have 2 5-stars on the scout look page of Jackson State? Well, like I said, 247 covers hundreds, if not thousands of kids across the country, across all 4 grades, from freshmen in high school to seniors in high school. And they don't just put kids on pages that they don't belong. They don't just put kids, like they're just not going to fill the Jackson State scout look part of the page with random names. They put Harold Perkins, which they don't even have a status. If you look over in the far right, they have a status none and a cool for Shamar Stewart. They put Shamar Stewart and Harold Perkins on this page because they're hearing the same thing I'm hearing. They're hearing that there is a chance. Let me repeat that. The guys at 247 are hearing there is a chance that Harold Perkins, who they don't even have any kind of status in regards to Jackson State, And Shamar Stewart, who they have a cool status, how they rank their things, they go warm. That means it's a likely chance that you're going to go to a school. Just, regular, and cool, meaning, there's not really a high chance. They actually have a warmer, meaning they're like pretty sure that you're going to go to that school. Warm and cool. And that's it. And they have a cool for Shamar Stewart, but they still have him on here. Why? Because they are hearing these guys who do this for a living. I don't do this for a living. I don't follow high school kids that often. I do it pretty good to inform you all. But they have these kids who they believe there is a crack in the door for potential that both Harold Perkins and Shamar Stewart end up at Jackson State. Once again, they don't do this for every school. They're not just putting Harold Perkins, Shamar Stewart, two guys ranked in the top 10 nationally, not top 10 just in their positions, number 5 and number 9 nationally. They're not just putting these guys on any and everybody's scout look or any and everybody's recruiting page. No, they put this on the JSU 247 recruiting page because they're hearing the same things that I'm hearing. That there is a chance that both Harold Perkins and Shamar Stewart could end up at Jackson State. Now, once again, I'm not even saying that it's likely that it happens, but we see the recruiting is taking place. Who was Travis Hunter doing his interview with? He was doing it with Harold Perkins. Who was he laughing and joking and having a conversation with? Harold Perkins. That's not by accident, guys. He's working. He's trying to get other guys to come with him. And maybe he already knows that Harold Perkins is coming to Jackson State with him. Maybe he already knows. I don't know. But I want to show you guys some of Harold's highlights because the kid's a beast. This young man is a beast. This is him, number 4. He plays both linebacker and running back for his high school. This is how much of a beast this young man is. He had over 120 tackles his senior year in high school. He also ran for over 1,500 yards and like 30 touchdowns at running back in the state of Texas. This ain't no cupcake. He didn't do this in the state of Idaho or in the state of Nebraska or Washington or something like that. He did this in the state of Texas. This young man plays relentlessly. This young man makes plays all over the field. Here's he stripping a fumble and taking it to the house. He is a beast. He's not ranked the number 1 linebacker in the country for no reason. If Jackson State is able to pull this one off, this would be a recruiting win for the ages. How you have 2 recruiting wins for the ages in one class, I do not know. But if anybody can do it, it is Coach Prime. Here he is at running back, just taking it to the house. And he is someone that has went on record and said, hey, I want to play both sides of the ball. Hey, I want to play both offense and defense. Once again, him taking the ball to the crib 90 yards out. And we know Coach Prime loves his two sides of the ball athletes. He's already come out and said Travis Hunter's going to play both sides. If he's able to land Harold Perkins, that would be a major win, not only once again for Jackson State, but for the state of HBCU football. Leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsey Jr. with the Black Boss channel in Victory Formation. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I will see you next time. Peace.